PowToon is a website that lets you create animations and slideshows, and it comes sort of pre-packaged where all the little bits of animation are done for you, and you can kind of just drag and drop elements out to make an explainer video or something like that. It's really easy to use and kind of fun to use, and it's a great way to get kids into that mode of producing information rather than just consuming it. So we want to take your students and give them tools that allow them to take what they've learned and produce something new with it and communicate that in new ways. And so this is a great tool for that. There's a lot of pay options, so you can pay to get more access to different animations and things like that. But there are some free stuff you can use, and so we're just going to look at the free things today. When you get to the PowToon website, you just want to click log in, even if you've never been there before. Click log in. And you have the option of just clicking the G+, which is Google's connection there. Since we're using a Google for Education account, you can click that and it'll already set it up for you automatically. So we'll click that. And you might get a little request for some permissions. And for the most part, everything should be fine on that. So just click OK. And the next place you go is this screen here. You can customize a PowToon that's already been created and you just make changes to it. But I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch. So I'll click on that. And there are themes and templates you can choose from. And so if you see one that you kind of like the look of, that's okay. Anything that says Pro, you're not going to be able to use because these are pay accounts only. And also on some of these other ones, it says Business, or it might look like a free one, but then you get into it and you realize that there's only a few free elements in there, but most of them you have to pay for. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with a blank presentation, and I'll click the Go button. Okay, you're going to get a tutorial that will show you how to use PowToon in 7 clicks, and so you're welcome to go through that. I'm going to say don't show that again, but you can walk through that. I'm going to show you basically the same things. So. Okay, here is your slideshow or animation area. Over on the left, you'll have a list of different slides or scenes, kind of like in PowerPoint, but think of these as scenes rather than just simple slides. So we'll move over here to the right side. These are all the elements you can add to your slide. So for example, under gradients or solid, these are backgrounds. There's also some backgrounds that have some design on it, but for this example, I'm going to click one of the gradient backgrounds. And so there you go. Above that, you've got characters, animation, props, image holders, text effects. There's a bunch of different options here. And so I'm just going to start with the very first character you see right here, which is the guy standing. And basically there's just a few elements you need to master, and then you'll take off and you'll be able to experiment and do all kinds of things. So first is choose an object. So I'm going to grab a character this time, drag him out, put him over here kind of on the left side. Okay, when you drag an object out, you can resize the object, make it smaller or bigger, depending on what you need. This little button here is for swapping out, and so if you've already set up a character with a lot of animations and you just want to trade the character for a different character, you can just click that button and swap out a different image. Okay, down below this scene area is your timeline, and this is specific to the one object I have. So this object is represented by this little character down here, and all that I have here is stuff that tells me about how this character comes on and off the stage. So if the video starts at 0, at 1 second, that's where the character appears, and this little button here says he's going to come in flying in from the left side. And then he's going to leave going back to the left, and he'll leave it, and 10 seconds is the end there. Okay, so the whole thing lasts 10 seconds. I can drag either edge to shorten that up. So we'll say he comes in at 2 seconds, and let's say I want him to leave at 6 seconds. This little red triangle is kind of the point that you're watching in the video right now. So if I move that before the character, you don't see him. And if I move it in, you see that on this little this little ramp area, that's where the character slides in. So he's off. You see that little ramp there? He slides on, and then he stays on, and then he slides off. Okay? And so you can extend that. You can make him stay on stage longer or shorter or whatever you need. Now, for the on and off animations, you can just click on that, and you can choose a different one. So if I want him to come in from the top, I just click that, and then he will drop down from the top. Pretty simple. You can also do a fade, so the character just fades on, like that. There is a pop option, and the pop just kind of scales it up and kind of bounces a little bit. Then you've got your different directions, or you can have no effect. And then the ramp disappears, and that just means he's going to stay put. He's going to pop out of nowhere into existence. So we'll keep him coming in from the left to the right. And then leaving, we'll have him continue on to the right so he flies off that direction. So let's shorten this up so it doesn't take too long to watch. And then let's preview it. So the big green play button previews it from wherever your red triangle is at the moment. And the other play button starts at the beginning on this current slide and then plays it through. There's the character, and there he goes. Okay, so if you've done that, then you've already mastered, like 75% of what there is to do. You just need to grab objects and have them come on and have them come off whenever you want. Okay, so I'm going to extend this out to about 8 seconds so we have some time to work with this. And I'll bring him on at 1 second. As soon as the character comes on, I want to have him say something. So I'm going to go to Props, and I'm going to click More, and that opens up a whole bunch of stuff I can use. And one of the things I can use is a speech bubble. So I'm going to grab this rectangular one and drop that out, and I'll put that over his head. And I can scale that up if I need it to be bigger. And then notice that when I do that, it comes with its own timeline and its own on and off effects. It's a separate object from the character. And so each person or each object you drag out has their own little on and off section. So here's what I want. I want the player to come on, the person to come on and appear here. And right after that, I want the text bubble to pop into existence. So the character is on at 1 second. The text bubble is on at half a second later. So it looks like this. Player comes on, text bubble comes on. And a half a second after that, at 2 seconds, I want to have some text. So I grab the plain text here. I'll drag that out right here, double click it to enter some text. And I'll say, welcome to Tech Day 2016. And when I'm done, I'll sort of click away, and then I can maneuver that wherever I want it to be. So put it here, and it's too big for the text bubble, so we'll just shrink this. And that looks like it's going to fit pretty well. Okay, so now I've got 3 buttons at the bottom. One is the character, on and off. Next is the speech bubble, on and off. And finally is the text. And that's on and off. So if I play that through, the animations coming on will look pretty good, but I haven't adjusted the off animations yet, so it's going to look awkward when it leaves. So let's watch it from the beginning. Okay, that looks good. And then things are going to start to move off, probably in the wrong order. Yeah, that looks weird. Okay, so let's fix that. The character is off at 8 seconds, so we want the text to be off at 7 seconds and the bubble to go away at 7.5 seconds. So the bubble, let's move that to 7.5, and the text, let's have that come off at 7. Okay, now let's watch it from right here. Much better. Okay. And that's an animation that is over at 8 seconds. So over here on the right side of the timeline, I have plus and minus. and I can increase or decrease the amount of time on this slide. So we can decrease this down to 8 seconds, and that should, oh, it looks like it collapsed everything there. So we want to move the character all the way out to 8 seconds. Let's give it one more second of time so that it's got time to leave. And there. There. Okay. So that's the super basic version of it. One more thing you can add though, for each character, if you like this look, there is a special button at the top of the menu called Hand. And when you click that on and off, it throws in a human hand that animates. And some people like that look. I've seen that style quite a bit on explainer videos. Looks like a person is putting out little cardboard cutouts or something on the page. So here's what that looks like. And you can do it on the off animation as well. So on the character here, we'll throw the hand on there and play that from the beginning. So hand goes on, and then after the text stuff goes away, the hand will come back and slide them off, just like that. So it's just an option. Okay, on the left side of the timeline, you've got the sound on and off, and you've got Sound Manager. So this button will just mute any sounds that you have, and the Sound Manager will open up this window. You can choose to drag in some music, and you can also record a voiceover. Welcome to Tech Day 2016. Welcome to Tech Day 2016. Okay, so your students can record their own voices and add voiceovers to this process. Now I can add another scene here. So when this one's over, we can add a second scene, and we can have some more characters pop out there. And so okay, so you can kind of mess with things like that, but that's the gist of it. So over here on the far right side, you've got some more things you can throw into the mix. You can upload your own images. You can do an image search. There's always going to be options to pay for extra things. You can add video clips, sound, and things like that. So really the game at this point is just looking around at the different props and animations and seeing what it is that you want to use. Here's a frustrated guy. That's funny. The computer is not working for him. Okay, so you can throw in those guys and they'll just sit there and animate the whole time, and that's kind of a nice option to use. You also have markers, and so I think this will circle on the stage anything that you've got out there. And so if you take the arrow here, well, I think it animates on. Can we choose that one? No, I guess you can just pop it on, and then it kind of does that. So, and an arrow, which can be rotated, and same sort of thing. It just kind of pops in like that. All right. If you want to choose sort of a layout, they've got some pre-made slides for you. So here's one that's pre-animated. You can do the title, and here comes the big word in the middle. So you get a little preview when you mouse over to see what it looks like. Here's a character that comes on with a speech bubble. Here's two characters. So if there's some commonly used setups that you can just kind of quickly set up, and that's an easy way to get going here. So if I want to add a new template or a layout, I can grab this one. and it's already animated for me, so and then I can swap out any character I want to. So if I click that and then I choose the supposed to be a girl flexing her muscles, I guess. And then for this one, hit the swap button and we'll bring in a flying guy. So here we have some superheroes. And now the animation's already set up, so I just have to do that. And I can change the text. So those are a nice way to go. And if I want the background to match my previous one, well, I can just click on the background. So if I wanted to watch the entire thing, although this isn't a very well animated deal, and actually this is pretty, let's shorten that up because there's not much going on that one. We can go to the start, and then I will make sure my red triangle is at the very beginning, and then we'll hit the green play button.
Welcome to Tech Day 2016.
Okay, I think the individual slides can be up to 20 seconds, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so you can get quite a bit of stuff on there, and lots of things to look over. Now this is just one set of graphics, and so you can change the style, and you can pick a different style. So here's one with some marker animations. So these little guys here are kind of interesting. Some funny characters there. Let's say I want to export this. I want other people to see this, or I want to share this with someone. Here's how you can do that. We're going to go to the export or download options here. And we have to give it a category. And so I'll just choose education. The title is Tech Day. Description is example. And I'll leave the tags blank. And then I'm going to click next. Now I have some choices here. Actually, I don't really have choices unless I want to pay money. But if you want to do the premium account, then you can upgrade your account and get options to have higher resolution exports. We're going to do the free one, 480p, so that's a small video, but that's fine. Click next. And there's going to be a PowToon logo and intro and outro on the video. And if you don't want to pay money, that's just what you have to live with, and that's fine. If you want to hide that, then you have to upgrade to a premium account. Your publishing options. First of all, if you just have the check on My PowToons, that's absolutely fine. You can publish it on the PowToon website, and then you can get a link and share that link with people, and they'll go to the link and they'll go to PowToon videos and they'll see the video and they can play it right there. So that's what I'd recommend. But if you want to, you can publish it to YouTube or Vimeo or Wistia. I've never used that site before. And downloading it is not an option unless you're going to upgrade. Similarly, once you hit publish, anybody who uses PowToon could see it if they looked for it and they knew what to search for. So you can't keep it private unless you're a premium account. But that's okay. You know, if you're doing something for education, who cares? If it's a school project, you know, just don't put any personal information in there that you wouldn't want somebody to find accidentally. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck that. I'm not going to go through the process of hooking up accounts here. Like if you want to upload it to YouTube, you have to link it to a YouTube account. And you actually have one through your Google for Education account, so it probably isn't tough. I'm just going to skip that though. We'll just go with My PowToons. So I'll click Republish because I published it once to practice, and so it says Republish, but for you it probably just says Publish. So click that.
Welcome to Tech Day 2016.
Okay, so that's my video. You get this little animation from PowToon at the end because they want to sell their product, which is great. And so that's good. So that's a way you can get this out on the internet for other people to see. When you click this link button, it copies the link for your video into the clipboard. So you click that, and then it tells you, yeah, you've got it in the clipboard. And then you could paste it into an email. I'm just going to paste it here so you can see. There's the PowToon address, and that matches the address up here. So that is how it works. Okay, you can do this. It'll open up your email program and try to send an email to someone. You can share it to Google Plus or Facebook. Every time you do that, though, it's going to want to like link your Facebook account to PowToon. So it's up to you if you want to do that. Okay, that's what you need to know. Have fun with that. Students will love it. They'll have a fun time building cartoons. But again, the purpose of that is it allows students to create information rather than just consume information. So you teach kids some material, you have them talk over some ideas, and then you have them take that material that they know, repackage it in a new way, and explain it to someone else. And real learning happens that way. So this is one more tool you can use to do that. Allow kids to be creative and produce information in a new way.